Welcome to The Becks, a podcast that explores multimedia horror with hosts Becky and Sydney. Join us as we talk about movies, books, video games, music, and much, much more.
Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Sydney Rebecca.
And I'm Rebecca Snow.
And we're the Becks. Welcome back. Sorry for the extended absence. We had a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, Sydney also went on vacation. Don't let her fool you. She was out having fun.
Yes, learning about murders on hikes that I was on. Which is a suspicious thing to talk about, if you ask me.
It really is a suspicious thing to talk about.
Literally, me and Karen were walking along, and her husband Todd goes, "Did you hear about the guy who killed his wife here?" Okay, Todd.
Todd would be Karen's husband. So,
Yeah.
Todd. Not a good subject to bring up at that time.
It's very suspicious. Just kidding. We love Todd. Anyway, this episode we're going to be talking about our experiences at Frankenfest, of which there were many and varied and very cool.
Yeah, for sure. It was a really good time. It's a one-day festival. They have two, one in Port Huron in June, and then a second one in September in Detroit. And the Detroit festival is much larger, but Port Huron was a ton of fun this year. We were there last year. It was our first ever live presentation. And they invited us back, and we did a presentation on our episodes about Mall Walk. And if you've listened to our episodes on Mall Walk, it's one of our most favorite episodes. It's an early one, so the sound quality is a little funky, but
we had Keegan on, and
yeah.
God, those were good. Those were good discussions we had.
Yeah, we're really proud of those episodes, and we're really passionate about Mall Walk. So look up our episodes on it and take a listen. But that's what we did our presentation on, which we presented at noon, and we were really excited because we were first. But then we realized that people were just getting there, so we didn't have a really big audience, but the people that we did have come in and listen to us, they were great, and any exposure is great exposure, so it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we were a lot less stressed this time around. I mean, we were still nervous, and it was still a little bit nerve-wracking, but I think we knew more what to expect this time around, so in general, like, we weren't exhausted like we were last year.
No, we actually, hung out and did things after the festival. We did the ghost hunt, which we will talk about that in a little bit. But, yeah, it was just a whole different experience for us because, and we got down there much earlier the night before than we did last year because we didn't take any shortcuts that turned out to be long cuts. So we met some amazing people, reconnected with some amazing people.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing some collabs with them in the future. I did make a big Facebook post thanking them specifically, but I do want to just shout them out again. Obviously, Jerry and Krista, who run Frankenfest, we are
super thankful to them.
Just so thankful, yeah.
They really took a shot on us last year, and it has really helped us gain listeners and followers. And this year was great too. They put on a really good festival.
Yeah.
And they really care about their artist.
Yes.
They go around and make sure that they talk to everybody and make sure that everybody's comfortable and things are going well. So yeah, they're great. Great to work with.
And they don't let anybody who uses AI present or sell.
Yep.
Which is really awesome.
Yeah. We definitely appreciate that because AI is destroying amazing artists and we can't have that. Yeah. We just can't have that. So shout out to them for that because that's a huge thing. A lot of people are giving in and allowing it at festivals and different things and they don't. So keep it up.
Yes, as long as you guys are anti-AI, we will be joining you for your festivals.
Exactly.
And, talking to them and Michelle.
Yes.
Michelle is super anti-AI, and she helps run the festival, and she does the Comic-Con too, so she knows how important it is. So she's like their boots on the ground. She's the one that, investigates everybody to make sure that they don't have any inklings of AI or anything. So we just really appreciate the integrity of everyone involved.
We do. And Michelle is awesome. Shout out to Michelle. She listens to us quite frequently.
Yes.
She was the first person that looked at us ever and said, "Oh my God, I'm such a big fan." And so, hi Michelle. We love you. It's always good to see her. And yeah. So, good people. Very good people.
Yeah. And specifically, we, met up with some other podcasts who were so nice and supportive and, willing to collaborate with us, which is crazy. So, again, look out for that. So, yeah, Malice in the Mitten, super cool people. Joe from 222 Paranormal Podcast, he actually came and listened to part of our presentation, so we really appreciated that. And we actually were able to catch the first half of their presentation. They do a lot of investigations around Michigan, but also like in other further places. They're from Ohio, so they do a lot of investigations there too. Super cool people. Joe and Jennifer, they're brother and sister. They do the podcast together.
They've been a lot of places and seen a lot of things. They have all sorts of books. I haven't had a chance to sit down and actually listen to their podcast, but that will definitely be something that I will do because I'm really excited. They did a really cool presentation talking about some of the coolest places that they've been that they really enjoyed. And that's really neat to hear those stories. A lot going on there.
I still think about how the Bone House and how someone just bought that house. And now they won't let people, investigate. It's like, first of all, why would you buy that to live in?
No way. If you knew the history behind that, there's no way.
Yeah, that's wild. So, yeah, super cool people. Artistic Ape Studio. Super talented.
I was so excited to meet them because he was featured on Face Off. And I had told Sydney about it, and she was super excited because her mom and her used to watch that show before her mom passed. And so we were talking about that a little bit, and they were going to be in the same building that we were in. Mm-hmm. And so we just happened to wander over, and they were so welcoming and so amazing. I could have stood there and talked to him all day, and I think they would have. He was showing us pictures on his phone of projects he's done, creations he's made. They are just so cool. And they've actually asked us to come down and see them and do an episode about them and get kind of a behind-the-scenes tour of their facility where he makes all his cool stuff. So that one excites me as well.
Yeah.
Super exciting.
So cool. The last group I want to mention will kind of go into the ghost hunt a little bit because they were leaders of it.
Yeah, they were kind of our tour guides.
Yeah, and that's Southern Michigan Paranormals.
Yes.
They were right next to us. We got to meet
Heath and Misty.
Yeah.
And they are a different group. They were...
Yeah, but
Heath and Misty are going to be taking over...
From Dan. Holroyd. I think that's how you say his last name. I'm not totally sure. And so Dan was like kitty corner to where Heath and Misty were sitting. And Heath and Misty actually... Do they own the jail?
No. They just run it.
They run the jail.
Yeah, they run the jail, the haunted jail. But they do own a brewery.
That's why... what I was getting confused. Okay, yeah. So, super cool people. And they run a good ghost hunt. So, this is what happened. We were packing up for the day. And we were thinking about purchasing tickets to the ghost hunt. We were like,
We were hungry. We wanted to go get something to eat. We knew that.
And it had been pretty warm, so we were both sweaty and kind of wanted to change and whatever. So when we were leaving, and I'm so glad because we almost forgot to say goodbye to Jerry.
Yes, we did. And I'd have felt so bad.
Yeah, I would have felt like a huge fucking dick.
Yes.
So, but I think I saw him or something.
Yeah, because we were talking to Krista, saying goodbye to Krista and Michelle, and you looked up and you were like, he's right there. He was over by the lighthouse.
Yeah, we had to run to catch up with him, and he's like, you know, he's always so effusive in his thanks to us, which is crazy, but whatever. And he was just like, you guys, why don't you let me put you on the last ghost hunt of the night? And we're like, what time? And I think it started at 9:30.
Yeah.
And we're like, Jerry, that's so late. We're tired. and he's like, just think about it. Just think about it. Like, you don't have to be here until 9:30. You can get dinner, you know, whatever. And we're like, okay. So we leave. We go to this really cool fucking cafe in Port Huron called The Raven. It's Edgar Allan Poe themed. If you're in the area, you have to go. So they have live music, and the food is great, and they have lots of drinks.
Yeah, it's just a really cool little coffee cafe. It's awesome.
Yeah,
so good.
There's a gift shop, and then there's books everywhere. So yeah, it's sweet. So we ate, and then we went back to the hotel and changed because it was getting cold. It was a little chilly. And we were like,
the hotel. Oh, the hotel. That's another story.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah. So we head back. We're going to go do this.
Yeah, we're like, you know, we're actually not that tired. Yeah. Let's go. And, you know, we're both a little bit skeptical people, I would say. So we weren't like hard believers like some of the people that were on the ghost hunt. So that was kind of interesting just to see.
Yeah. You have people that are showing up with their apps on their phones to catch voices and things like that. And we're just totally newbies. I mean, I've never done that. Sydney's never done that. We've talked about doing them. Yeah. We've just never done anything like that before.
Never been on a ghost hunt.
You start out in the little building where everybody does their presentations, and one of the podcasts talks to you a little bit about haunted places and talks about the actual fort that you're at, because we were at Fort Gratiot Lighthouse, which is the oldest lighthouse in Michigan.
And purportedly pretty haunted.
Yeah. So we're sitting there listening to them and excited, and then we go over to the hospital is where you actually start your ghost hunt. Well, funny thing, we were set up in the hospital all day long.
Oh, I do want to mention the podcast that was talking about the history of Fort Gratiot and everything like that was the Haunted Minute podcast. They're super cool, really talented people too.
Yeah.
And their presentation was really cool.
Yeah. They had a lot of really great information, and they're a couple of funny gals. I like them a lot.
Yeah.
And we had met them last year too, so it was good to reconnect with them and see them again.
Yeah.
So we head over to the hospital. Well, they're talking about the hospital, and they're talking about how it was a TB ward. And I smack Sydney because they had just said you need to follow how your body feels. You have to pay attention to how your body feels when you're doing something like
it's gonna be more accurate than your devices are gonna be.
Yeah. So earlier in the day, we had just finished our presentation. We had headed back to the hospital, which we knew it was a hospital. We didn't realize it was a TB ward or a cholera ward. We had no idea, even though there were giant signs behind us saying that.
Yeah, we weren't paying attention.
We didn't read any of the information that we sat next to all day. We were just worried about talking to people. Yeah. So we find this out, and we're like, well, Sydney had said to me, I just feel ick. I feel ick as we're sitting there. We had finished our presentation. Everything went really well. She's like, I should have taken emergency this morning. I knew I should have. And she gets out the hand sanitizer, and she's like, I'm just leaving it here. And I'm like, okay. And that's really weird for Sydney.
Yeah, important to know, I'm not really a germaphobe at all.
No, I'm the one that always has the hand sanitizer. Like, she'll have it, but it's usually tucked away.
Yeah.
I have it spraying everything, wiping my hands down. If I pump gas, I'm wiping my hands down. I'm that person. Sydney is not. So I was like, weird. So as we're sitting there talking, they're talking about, paying attention to your body. And I smack Sydney. I'm like, Sydney. So I think she had a feeling, just the ick of being in the hospital where so many people died from cholera or TB.
Yeah, I definitely... Yeah, because it was weird. I was like, we haven't even met that many people yet, and I just feel like there are viruses all over my body.
Yeah, it was just strange. So, yeah, listen to your body when you're in a weird situation like this.
So that was the first, kind of interesting, weird thing that happened.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy.
So they set up the devices, and they had
a music box that they put in the other room. So if anything walked by it, it was motion activated. It would set it off and it would play music.
Yeah.
They had a like a light box that would change color.
It was a bell.
Yes, that's right.
It was the bell. So so it used to be that the bell would make noise as well as change color.
But it was dying. The battery was dying.
Yeah. So the lights would still change if something touched it. Something
but the bell
being
wouldn't
a ghost.
make a noise because the battery was dead.
Too dead for that.
And then they had the box.
Yeah. That was the one that made that was the radio noises, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in the hospital, really nothing happened. There was just a couple times the light did change.
Yeah.
But there was really no words coming through the box. It just was kind of but they tell you straight up, you're not always going to get any kind of reaction or whatever.
Yeah, with ghost hunting shows, they're 12, 15-hour sessions that get condensed into 40 minutes for television.
Yeah, and sometimes they're scripted, so things can be made to look more real than what they are. So you can't always expect something to happen. It's just not how it is. People can get mad or angry or whatever, but if there is paranormal things out there, they don't perform on demand. I mean, right. It's just not how it is. If that energy's there, it's going to manifest itself when it wants to, not when we want it to. So,
one thing I did really like too about how Heath did it and how Dan did it was that they explicitly stated, like, hey, we're not going to be antagonizing anything.
Yeah.
They can answer us if they want to.
Yes. Yeah, they're not trying to bring out crazy stuff. Heath said he doesn't really... Well, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff there that... just unusual. So... we decided after a while, they decided, okay, we're going to head to the other building. And they told them we're going to be leaving. You know, if you have anything to say, please say it now or show us that you're here. And so we headed out to go across to the keeper's house, which is where we were set up last year, which was a cool place. It has a basement, which I didn't know.
I didn't know either.
It makes it more creepy to me. But it's old, obviously.
Yep.
And so it has 2 stories. And I tried to break my hand there this year, but whatever. And so we go into the main floor, and they had already told us that there's this like record player that plays music, but it's not haunted because
it's on a timer.
It's on a timer, and there's like an MP3 player hooked to it, like the most ancient MP3 player you can find. So not to freak out if we heard music. So okay. So we go into like the dining area table. And they are going to do this session called, what's it called?
Estes session.
And can't talk. And they put headphones on you that plays like multiple radio stations, like it's garbled.
Yep. It like very quickly switches through radio stations.
Yeah, so it's all this garbled sound. They actually played it for us when they were talking to us about what they were going to do and things. So you knew what it was going to do.
Yep.
But then they put a blindfold on you too. So you have these noise enhancing headphones that bring out that noise, but they block the outer noise. And then they blindfold you. So it's like sensory deprivation. You're just hearing those noises. And they ask for volunteers. And so what you do is the person has the headphones on, the person has the blindfold on, and then the people that aren't blindfolded or have headphones on ask questions of the spirits. So Sydney volunteered.
I did. I did. I really didn't expect... I volunteered expecting fully that I was not going to be picked, which I should have known better.
We spent all day with these people.
Yes. And I think Heath wanted to pick on me. I don't know why. I just got that impression.
She was the first one. Like 4 or 5 people raised their hands, and he's like, "We'll start over here." and pointed to Sydney.
I'm like, oh, wait, do I really want to do this?
Yeah.
Because even
it was too late. She had already volunteered.
Because even if I had heard nothing, it still was creepy to listen to the cycled through radio stations. There was just something about it that was kind of just creepy.
Well, they shut all the lights off. You're in complete darkness. She's blindfolded, so it's even more dark. And there's a bunch of people standing around you, and 2 of these people, or 3 of these people, are asking questions because you had, 3 different groups of paranormal investigators asking questions. They brought out the little rods that will cross.
Dowsing rods?
Yep. And so they brought those out at some point during the stuff. But, yeah, so Sydney volunteered. And
Yeah.
I recorded it all. And
Yeah, we'll probably post that on our YouTube. We should do that.
yeah, so you can listen.
Because so this is the thing is, so they test you to see if you heard it, like you hear anything. Heath had asked, what did he ask? He asked something, and it took me, like, I was delayed because...
Yeah, I forget what he asked.
Yeah, whatever. But you answered, and then I answered, and then he asked me something again.
Oh, your name. He asked your name.
Oh, okay.
Because he didn't, I don't think we ever, like, literally introduced ourselves. We just talked to these people all day.
Well, you know how it is.
I know.
So, and then he asked another question, which I didn't hear because at that point the stuff had started.
Then he said her hair was too short, and she didn't hear it. He's like, she would have reacted if she heard that. I'm like, oh, yeah, she would have. I mean, no doubt.
So I do just want to be, like, I'm being so for real. I didn't hear anything after that initial question that he asked me about my name. I was all, like, the radio was really loud in my ears. And I thought that we, like, got right into it because after a few seconds, I started hearing stuff.
Yeah, she started saying things. Even before he was really asking questions.
Yeah.
But when he hooked her up, like, the little light thing that screams and makes noise if someone comes within, like, 5 inches of it, if there's energy within 5 inches, and he had showed us how that worked. I forget what it's called.
Right, that was the other thing.
Because he reached in with his hands and he'd get close to it and it would, like, set off alarms and lights and stuff. It started going off and he's like, oh, that was me, because he grabbed the bell and was moving that, and he's like, or maybe it wasn't me. And
Yeah.
it just kept going off.
It kept going and going and going.
And then it quit. And she didn't hear any of this because
No.
she was already blindfolded. And I'm like, huh, okay, here we
Yeah,
go.
and then the bell started doing the bell thing.
Yeah.
Started changing colors. And God, that was such a creep. Because I asked him before I put the headphones in, I'm like, if I straight up don't hear anything, I'm not supposed to say anything, right? And he's like, yes. If you hear nothing, if you recognize no words, you don't say anything. I'm like, okay, got it. And I, again, fully believed that I would go into this and it would be so boring and they would, like, fire me because I wasn't hearing anything.
Yeah.
Because I don't consider myself to be very, like, I don't think I have a medium bone in my body. You know?
No sixth sense?
No, I don't really think I have that. So I was like, I'm not going to hear anything. And then and immediately, as soon as I heard the first word, my fucking heart rate, dude.
Yeah, she heard a name. Wasn't it Tom?
To
Was
the
it
roof.
Tom?
Yeah.
She said it loud. It's funny because you know they can't hear it, because if you've ever talked to someone that has, like, headphones on and you ask them a question and they can kind of hear you and they're like, bah, 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 because they can't hear.
Yeah.
She was loud. She was like, Tom! And it's like, whoa. And then, things went from there.
Yep.
And it got weird.
It did get weird. I started to hear stop repeatedly. So I kept just saying stop. And I was kind of freaking out because I'm like, what the fuck is going to happen? We're not stopping.
Yeah.
Like, I thought they were going to pull me out of it because I kept saying stop and then they never did. And that really freaked me out.
But it gets worse.
Yeah, because eventually I heard my name.
But not Sydney.
No, I heard Sid. Which not many people call me.
No, her closest friends, probably family, but not.
Just a few people, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Which I've never minded being called Sid. it doesn't bother me at all. Like, you can call me Sid or Sydney. But it was familiar enough to be weird.
Yeah.
In that instance.
And then the next thing was next.
Yep.
And he's like, oh, you want the next person? And he ended it. And when he reached over to let Sydney know she was done, she nearly jumped right out of her chair.
Oh, my God. Yeah, well. Oh, and the other thing was like, right towards, like, I want to say the middle to the end of it, my neck up got really hot and flushed. And I thought it was because my heart was racing so hard. I'm like, I got really hot and sweaty. Like, I felt hot. And then as soon as, it wasn't even, when did I find that out, by the way?
I think it was after everybody was done, because I really didn't have any time to talk to you, did
Oh,
I?
yeah, because they immediately started. So
Yeah, because we were walking out of the room to go to the lighthouse. And I was like, hey, did you feel anything touch your head or your shoulders? And she's like, no. Why? I'm like, I'm just wondering. And she's like, but my neck and my head got really hot. Like, it started at my neck and it got really hot. Well, at one point, Heath was like, do you think Sydney would mind if I asked them to touch her? Just, no, nothing malicious or anything. Just a gentle touch on her shoulder or on her head. I'm like, nah, go ahead. Yeah, it's fine.
like a Judas.
She'd have done the same thing to me. She knows it.
I 100% would have.
But so for her to say, but my head got really hot, I was like, oh, huh.
Yeah, like I said, I thought it was because my heart was racing so much. But now I'm wondering if a ghost touched me. So thanks a lot, Becky. And Heath. So yeah, 2 other people after me had their sessions, and it was creepy as fuck to see it as an observer, too.
Yeah, I was kind of jealous. I kind of wish I'd have done it just to get that experience, but then, I don't know, I think I might have, I don't know, kind of creepy. It's so creepy. And I'm not a huge, okay, I love talking about scary stuff, and I do believe there's like a veil there. There is something beyond what we have spiritually, because energy just never goes away, right? So we're energy
cannot be created or destroyed.
Yeah. So for me, I do, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of like, prove it to me. I'm kind of a skeptic. And so, yeah. So that was really creepy seeing her say her own name. I'm like, what? And, yeah.
And the 2 people after me, too, they had their own names that they said. And then the last girl, Heather, she heard Heath. And that's actually a nickname of hers. But then also,
there was Heath. So Heath assumed it was him. Because he's like, yes, my name is Heath. But then Heather's friend was there and said, well, that's her nickname.
Yeah. It's the nickname she has, too. So who knows?
Yeah.
She didn't love saying Heath. You could tell. Like, she had the same reaction I did.
And what was funny is while you were doing it and she was volunteering, like, she looked at me and she goes, I absolutely love doing this. I think it's so cool. But you could tell at one point she was creeped the hell out by it. Like, she just kind of tensed. And there's one point where Sydney, in the video, she raises her hand because whatever she said bothered her. And you can see where Sydney raises her hand like, nope, this needs to stop. So, yeah, I imagine when you're completely isolated like that and you're hearing those things and they're flying at you, I don't know.
Well,
it's weird.
The thing is once I got to the point where I was saying stop, like, I heard stop, so I kept saying stop over and over again because I kept hearing it. I was like, okay, Sydney, what are you going to have to hear before you rip this fucking blindfold off and you plink those earphones out of your ears, too?
I personally believe that the men at the table, and this is no offense against them, they've been doing this a long time. It's what they do. It's not what I do. I do have a sixth sense. I always have about people. Maybe not about places. Well, places too, but I felt it was a woman trying to come through. And they were really leading down a masculine road. They kept asking it questions.
Soldier, or sailor.
Yeah, asking about a man. And there was one point where one of the people said picture. And there was a picture over on one of the stands in the room, and it was a picture of a woman. Uh-huh. And they still were like, is it a picture of a ship or whatever they were saying? And I'm like, no. To me, I was like, it's a woman. And she's getting mad because you guys are leading down this, it's all about a man.
Yeah.
But there were women in the keeper's house, too.
True.
There was a woman there. There was a wife there. There were children there. So it to me, and I told Sydney right away, I'm like, I think it was a woman. And she was getting frustrated because they were not leading the questions to a woman. They were leading them for a man. And I don't think that's who we were connecting with. So it was really kind of interesting to me.
Well, they had mentioned that they had connected to potentially a male spirit earlier. So I think they were thinking that it was the same one.
Yes.
But, you know.
But we were also in a woman's house. I mean, that area was very...
Clearly, it was very... there was a very feminine influence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so when they said picture, I immediately looked at the picture of the woman on the stand and was like,
yeah,
that's what she's trying to tell you, but they didn't get it. So it's okay. And, you know, you don't know, and I'm sure that's why they spend hours doing what they do, because you kind of have to take all the information you're getting and go through it and see what's coming through. But it was so cool to see and be a part of. I mean, it kind of, again, I don't know. And it's funny because when we were sitting in the hospital talking to Misty and Heath, they both said that they are kind of mediums. Misty said she connects more with places rather than people. And so I said, well, how do you know? Because again, I'm skeptical. And she said, well, you know, she started talking about how, you know, what I could get this image of a rose. And I'm like, okay. And she goes, well, let's say it's a red rose. And that kind of took me back a little bit because I'm like, okay. And she's like, so it might mean something to somebody. You know, it could mean love. It could mean this. It could mean that. And I just was like, okay, that's a little weird. So when I went to leave it, or when I got back, I said to Sydney, I'm like, hey, blah, blah. Or no, before I left, I'm like, hey, she just said that. But my dad and I, my whole life, from the time I was 3 till he died when I was 22, every year on my birthday, he got me flowers, and it was always a single red rose. We planted roses together. The 2 tattoos I have because they're roses, and one was for my dad after he passed away. And red roses are my favorite, which is super cliche because women don't like red roses because they're always like, it's a rose, blah, blah, blah. Well, for me, it's a connection to my dad. So I was just kind of like, it kind of just gave me a weird feeling when she told me that. So Sydney's like, you have to tell her. So I went over and I told her, and she's like, oh my goodness. And she was as shocked as I was. She goes, see, I will tell you, it's so weird. So then she told her husband, and he's like, well, it is kind of strange, isn't it? And so even people that do it all the time, you just never know what might come through. And maybe it wasn't my dad, but it just felt like she found that connection there, and it was just weird.
Well, and the other weird thing was I kept telling you about what connections with, like, my mom.
Yeah. All weekend long. She kept saying, you know, she just got a new pair of glasses the day we left. And she's like, I saw my mom in the window today when I was walking into the store. And I'm like, oh. And you could tell it was bothering her.
Yeah.
And then something else came. Oh, the Face Off.
Yep.
He was there. Rob Miller, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was there. And Sydney was a little afraid to talk to him. She said, I don't know if I can. She said it might be too emotional for me.
I did get choked up at one point talking to him.
Yeah.
Too.
And so we went in and we talked to him, and then we were just sitting there, and I'm like, hey, we were on our way down. And I said to her, Sydney, because we were at A&W.
Yeah.
I said, when's the anniversary of your mom's death? And she's like, today.
Yeah.
She just hadn't been thinking about it, but she'd been having a really rough week, but she'd been having all these things about her mom, and I'm like, and there was something else that happened at the...
Yeah, there was something else.
And I was like, that's your mom. She's reaching out to you.
Oh, I know what it was. It was when we were at the Raven Cafe, and they played that song, which my dad, my brother, and my mom would all perform together, because my dad and brother would play guitar. We'd have, like, music nights. So, yeah. Crazy shit.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, that's your mom, kiddo. She's been reaching out to you all week, and you just didn't realize it till now. So yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about this before. I have a kind of a weird relationship with the idea of ghosts and stuff because I grew up religious. Like ghosts, like there being an afterlife and ghosts existing are like my idea of an afterlife that I was taught and ghosts existing aren't super compatible.
No, because they say ghosts aren't, you're not supposed to believe in that. You're either heaven or hell or whatever, and that's it. There is no veil. There is no connection after death other than just thinking of them.
But then, like, with all the experiences that I was having and, like, even today, when we were finally able to record, it's my mom's birthday today. So it's just, like, these weird little things. I don't know.
Yeah, I think she's reaching out to you.
It's crazy shit.
It is a little bit. So happy birthday to Cheryl.
Happy birthday, Mom. So that's Frankenfest. We're super excited to do the Detroit show. We're going to be talking about Frankenfest there because Frankenfest. We're going to be talking about Frankenstein there because we haven't presented on Frankenstein there yet. It'll actually be our first time performing there.
Yeah, and we're excited because we have some more stuff we can talk about too because some new stuff, Frankenstein stuff,
the new Frankenstein,
out.
The Bride. We got some fresh shit to bring to the table. So,
and we're excited. I'm really hoping there's banana pudding there. That was my big letdown. The banana pudding people were not in Port Huron.
They weren't.
I think I need to email Jerry. Maybe I'll text him. Be like, hey, are the banana pudding people coming? That was the only thing that made me sad about the whole experience.
Be like, Jerry, our presence hinges on the fact that the banana pudding people are going to be there. Okay? Just kidding, Jerry.
No. We're so excited. Again, I can't say enough. Sydney can't say enough. We love Jerry and Krista, Michelle, everybody involved. I think last year we felt like the outsiders. Okay? Really. We were new. We were shocked that we were invited to even do anything.
Yeah.
It was all new to us. And they made us feel like home. And this year, I really felt like we found our people. You know, it just felt comfortable. Sure. They were so welcoming. I was so excited to be around them. I mean, I don't think Sydney and I quit smiling.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
We were laughing. We were enjoying our time. The people around us were great. The spectators that came, all the people that were there were great. Very welcoming. We gave away a book. And lots of people followed us on Facebook for that. And we appreciate that 100%. Can't even express, but it's just a wonderful experience. I hope that we can be involved in this festival forever. Because it is just an amazing thing. The people are amazing, and I just hope we go on to meet a lot more people.
Yeah. And we shall.
Yeah. And Malice and the Mitten, they're an amazing duo. You guys got to check them out. She blows my mind. She does like 3 podcasts. 3 podcasts. How the hell does she find time? And she's a nurse.
Yeah. How does she find time?
Yeah.
Craziness.
They're super cool. We spent a little time talking to them. And can't wait to see them again. Can't wait to see everybody and meet new people. And just a great experience. I can't say enough about them. If you get a chance to go to either of those festivals, do it. Come see us in Detroit.
Yeah, because I think it's only like $5. Like, entrance to the actual, like, art vendor area and stuff like that is free. If you want to listen to like the presentations or the performances or anything like that,
or go into any of the historical buildings.
Yeah,
then it's $5.
Yeah, it's only $5.
Yeah,
that's a no-brainer. So
and the fort in Detroit is
Fort Wayne.
Yes, Fort Wayne is super creepy.
Yeah, it is creepy.
Fort Gratiot is cool. It's creepy at night. There's no doubt about it. And there are a couple times, like, when you're walking through the Keeper's building, there's a couple places that it's like, oh, a little creepy. If I'd known there was a basement, I'd have really been like,
Yeah, because that was something that they mentioned in the last Estes
Yeah.
session, I just remembered that. Heather said something about a basement, and they're like, "Oh, but we can't go down in the basement. It's off limits." And and hearing that, I was like, "Oh no,
Yeah.
how terrible! We can't go into the creepy haunted basement."
But Fort Wayne in Detroit, just the whole ambiance, even in broad daylight, is just creepy.
Yeah, because it's like old industrial, like part of it is old industrial Detroit that's like abandoned. So it has that going for it.
And then you've got all these abandoned buildings of the fort, which make me sad because it could be gorgeous, those buildings, if they could redo those buildings. But funding just isn't there.
Yeah.
But it's really cool because you're actually in the barracks. Like, that's where they set up the Yes. That's where they set up the people that are going to present. Also, usually the reptiles are in there, so everybody loves the reptiles. Hard to compete with those, though.
They're
But,
cool, though.
yeah, it's super cool. The ambiance is great. They got a lot going on all day. They've got great food vendors.
Yes.
If there's banana pudding. All I'm saying. But, yeah, just a great experience. We love the whole thing, everything that's involved in it.
Yes. So, we have some episodes planned out. I need to grab my notebook so just need to take a picture of what I wrote down on my phone. So, I know for sure we're going to be doing an episode on Undertone.
Yeah.
Which is about a
podcast that talks about everything creepy.
Yeah, weird.
Huh.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah. Don't send me anything, people. Well, don't send me any audio files. I'm not listening. Just saying.
You really don't think you would?
I don't know, man.
Dude,
I don't know.
I think I'd die from the cure. Well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk
about that later.
And of course, we have some future episodes that we gotta schedule with some collaborators. So
yes,
we're so fucking pumped, you guys. We're just
a lot of exciting things.
We just have so much fun doing this, and it's nice that we have friends to do it with now too.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just, I'm still amazed. Literally, these people are walking up to us and they're like, "We want to do an episode with you. You have to be on our podcast." And it's like, huh? And these are like seasoned vets, and they like us.
Yeah.
And that's a really cool feeling.
It's really humbling.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
It's really humbling.
I mean, we do this for fun. If we got somewhere with it, that would be amazing too. But we do it for fun. And so for people that have been doing it for a long time and have made a name for themselves in the podcast world and paranormal world and things like that, it's really, it's kind of like, oh, we do, you like us?
Yeah.
Really?
Exactly.
So that's a lot of fun.
Today the pod, tomorrow the world. My name is Sydney Rebecca.
And I'm Rebecca Snow.
And we're the Becks.